Hello, everyone. So I thought I'd quickly jump on to update you on what I've been doing of late. So if you've been following my channel posts, I've been spending a lot of time at the library and it's going pretty well, if I'm honest. So I've been going from about, I think was it Monday or Tuesday, and I've done a whopping 6,000 words on my novel. So yeah, I found it been a really good place to basically just concentrate and get words on a page. I fixed a lot of was had any plot issues, but because I'm able to really concentrate on my novel now, I was able to flesh out the plot a bit more fully. So repositioning a character in my novel that wasn't supposed to be the villain has massively helped in that and driven like a whole entire like subplot. So that's taken up a lot of word count now, which is great because I was worried I was going to run out of things to write about, let's say, which is a common problem to face as you're going along. So now I've got a lovely B plot or even C plot now, which is good. Yeah, so it's going really, really well. Really happy with that. I mean, if I carry on at the rate that I am, I may be able to get it finished just before Christmas, but I don't want to put that pressure on myself. So I'm aiming still for Christmas still. If it can be done before, that's great. If it can't, no worries. So yeah, on the game front, so this week I am playing, I think it's called Beak, Feather and Bone. So that is a map labeling RPG, I believe. So I've had a quick read of it. I don't know how much to speak about it now because I haven't done a full like in-depth like study of it. So, but what from what I gather though, obviously it involves like map labeling, but you get prompts kind of similar to the card game I just played, but in a different format. So prompts to write things about, I think, what's going on or your characters and stuff, or in the community that I think you're building. Don't quote me on it though, but I think it's along those lines. So yeah, I'm hoping to film that Sunday. Um, what's thrown a bit of a spanner in the works, actually. Well, it's not really a spanner. It's we're having some massive, massive renovation work done on the house. At the minute, we don't really have much of a roof left. I'll chuck a picture in just so you can see what's going on. But hopefully, when it'll be finished, I'll have a new space to record in, which will be good. And yeah, so we just need a bit more room in the house, really, because it is getting quite tight with, my husband and I, we both work from home. So we have two rooms now, they're just offices. So yeah, it's tough when people want to visit and stuff. So yeah, we wanted to get more out of the house really. So yeah, so it's all exciting stuff, even though it's a bit disruptive. That's why with Beak, Feather and Bone, I'm going to film it Sunday, but depending on how long it takes me to play, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to edit it on the day. So it might go live Monday, so we'll see. But because I'm now doing these like little weekly catch-up vlogs, there will be some sort of video schedule going on still. It's just probably slightly more erratic, let's say, than my usual. But yeah, ideal world, it'll be Sunday, but it's probably gonna be likely Monday. So we'll see. You don't know. What else have I been doing? Oh yes, so with my Ravenovia game, which I spoke about in my last vlog, the game that I'm basing off my short story. So the system, I don't know if I said this before actually. The system I think I'm going to use is the Wretched and Alone. So similar to Outliers. The I've got a game of it actually. Game. I've got a video of the game of that game that I played. So Outliers, it involves using a deck of cards and a Jenga tower, but there is like a sort of what's the word, a subtraction or counting system you can use if you don't have a Jenga tower. So it basically involves rolling, I think, a d6 or something and pulling cards, and those cards relate to prompts and you journal stuff. So yeah, it's going to be very, very similar to that, but obviously with the theme of Strahd and Ravenloft, so that's quite cool. So yeah, I discovered some quite cool art when I was researching, so I'm going to illustrate it myself as well. So I really want to do a lovely portrait of Strahd's mother. And yeah, I've just been looking at sort of some concept art and kind of getting an idea for kind of the vibe I want. I really actually like the style of Kelsey's Shadow Dark. So I really like sort of black and white, kind of how can I describe it? Quite strong, I suppose, illustrations. sort of high contrast, quite gritty, quite dark, because it is going to be quite a dark game. There's going to be quite some deep themes. Yeah, sort of, I suppose, troubling themes, let's say. Yeah, it's not going to be a happy game. It's going to be an experience. Yeah, if anyone knows, my viewers know a lot about Strahd and Strahd's mother and that sort of family dynamic. You can only imagine what it's going to be like. Yes, that's going really well. But yes, so the focus mainly it has been on my novel, but I do find these sorts of things they do feed into one another. So yeah, my Strahd game has been kind of bubbling away in the background. It's more kind of at the research stage at the minute, kind of getting an idea, sort of more like a look and feel of what I want the game to be. My Tudor game I haven't really touched this week, but I have been thinking about it though. I know that sounds a bit of a cop out, but yeah, I've getting some ideas of the next few chapters that I want to write. So my original plan with that, interestingly, was to fit it on a page. But the more I'm writing it, the more I'm realizing it's not fitting on a page. So what I want to do though, because I really do want to make like an accompanying zine, whether or not I have like the map on one side and those 8 panels are used for something else, that could be quite cool. So maybe like the NPCs or something. I mean, in an ideal world, I don't want anything that needs to be kind of used at the same time because, yeah, in my mind, I'd like the map to be sort of displayed at all times. So the stuff on the back, I'm like, I don't want it to be a situation where the GM or the DM has to, like, turn the map over to have a look. Yes, I'm having to think about that. I'm also going to be testing my layout software to get like an idea of the booklet I'm going to make for my D&D game. So yeah, I've been looking into that kind of like what I want. And I'm also, so one of the posts I made a few days ago was about my poetry website and how I'm moving it onto a new, I suppose, domain, if that's the right term. And yes, I'm thinking of taking all those little poems or haikus and actually putting them into an ebook. And it shouldn't take too long because all my poems were haikus that I put on that website. They were based around films and movies. So yeah, I'm quite excited to do that. And yeah, make a little ebook. It's kind of like twofold. It's kind of to get me used to making like booklets and layout and learning about that. But also it's just cool to have something potentially like finished and actually, something, that I can potentially put on my Patreon to sell or put on my website, even like Amazon. I mean, I don't think I'll print these out. I think it will just be strictly an ebook, but we'll see how we go. I'm not sure. I've never done anything on print on demand or anything like that. So it could be a nice like learning curve, a nice way to sort of dip my toe in the water with a project that isn't really, I suppose, too serious, just something that's just for fun. Because with the novel I'm writing, my Ravenovia game, I consider those quite serious projects. They're going to be my first, I suppose, sort of major foray into the creative world in terms of, oh, excuse me, making my own assets and stuff. So I have my Patreon on the go where I make those worksheets, but and I'm still using the same software as Affinity. So yeah, there's a big difference between making those and making a full-on booklet. With my book, I was umming and ahhing about this in my novel. So originally I wanted to self-publish because I'm an editor, copywriter, proofreader. I do know quite a lot of people in that space. So I would have a nice network I could choose from to pay to edit or proofread my book. Technically, I probably could do it myself, but it feels like it's marking my own work. Um, but I am tempted to send it off to a few maybe agents when it's done, just to see if I could potentially get it traditionally published. Not because like I've got anything against sort of indie publishing or anything like that at all. It's more just at the minute when I'm writing it, I'm like the idea of having to like manage an editor or proofreader. I don't think I can be bothered at the minute. I'd rather just hand it over to someone else and get them to do it. But maybe that will change as I finish. I'll get my fire back for that sort of work. Because yeah, even though I do know editors and proofreaders, and they're very good and very lovely, it's just the idea of kind of like I don't know, running something, being like a project manager of sorts and managing that. Because I'm sure they'll, it'll go fine. But Yeah, it just seems like quite a lot of work, or maybe the type of work that I don't want to do. So, yeah, so that's now entered my brain. I never thought I'd consider that because I was very much definitely always 100% self-publish, because potentially if it does well, there's more financial gain there. But yeah, now I'm kind of swaying to the other side. But no, let me know your thoughts in the comments, kind of like, what your sort of opinions are, and what you would do. Yeah, because I'm always intrigued about like what people's ideas are on this sort of thing. Of course, my games are pretty much going to be self-published, like, but I suppose because they're smaller, um, I don't mind kind of proofreading and editing those myself. I may actually approach someone to do it actually, because it would be nice to get another pair of eyes on them. But yes, that's all very exciting. But yeah, lots of progress being made on all fronts. And yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else for me to update you on. I think that's about it for now. So yeah, I'll leave it there and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.